Hello, it's Larry from PriceIt Software, and I'm really excited to show you our customer portal. A customer portal was designed to allow some of your customers, some of your bread and butter customers or larger customers, the ability to put in their own orders. And that is going to save you a whole lot of time and effort and make sure that orders are done more accurately. I want to show you how this works. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to the customer center for the customer. So in this case, we've been doing some work for these guys. We're going to go into the customer info and we're going to go to the customer center here. And of course, this is a mock-up. We're not really doing work for these guys, but this gives you an idea of what we're doing. We're going to come in here and we're going to go to the login section right here. And right here is where you would put in their email address and assign a password to that. In this case, I've already done this and emailed it to the customer. And the customer can then log into the portal and put in an order. I want to show you what that looks like now. So I'm going to go back to the order entry. And this is what it looks like after they log in. Basically what happens is, and I'll refresh this so I can show you what that looks like when they log in. So it comes to this page. It's going to have your branding here. I'm just going to put this at gmail.com. Put in the password and log in. Of course, we're on the browser. This is the customer on their end. They're logging in. They can see your branding here on this header as well. So they know they're logging into your portal. I'm going to go through some of these tabs at the top. So, or actually the very top, we have create a new order or create an estimate and then a log out button. And then across here, we have, items that are pending review. And review is what's done on your end as a screen printer embroiderer. Orders aren't just willy-nilly pushed over to PriceIt, and you'll have to actually review them and make sure that they look good and everything is correct and right, and then be able to respond. And I'll get into that in just a minute. The one next to this is the in progress, and this is obviously jobs that are in progress, and you can see the various stages where if the goods have been ordered, goods have received, artwork is done, or screens made, is the artwork done, embroidery, and then the art proof status. So if I were to log in as your customer, I would see that this proof has not been created yet. So I'll be waiting on that. The next line over is adjustments needed, and this is when you as a screen printer embroiderer push back an order to your customer with various forms of communication, and we'll go over that in just a moment. Estimate, waiting for your approval. This is where you as a screen printer put an order together and send it to your customer, and for them to review it and for them to turn it into a job from here. So that's what this tab is. These are jobs that have been completed already, and if there's a balance on those jobs, this gives the customer an opportunity to log in and make payments on that as well. And they can also pay multiple invoices at once. They can check off a bunch of them and pay off the account if they want to. This is a history of completed orders, and there are different ways you can parse this. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of data in here, but this would go by reference number, by job type, start and end date. We can sort of look for historical reference of all completed orders. This is going to come in real handy for your customers to be able to look up jobs by reference, and then maybe do a reorder from that. Lastly, there's a tab over here for Shopify. For those of you who use Shopify, this allows your customer to access their store and download different orders from their Shopify store and then push them to you. So it gives them the control over which orders get pushed to you through the portal or not. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through what your customer's experience would be putting in an order. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to click on create a new order right here. Actually, let's do an estimate first. We're going to create an estimate. And it gives them a type of job, direct to garment, embroidery, screen print. Let's do an embroidery job. And this is their order entry screen where they can attach files. They can get artwork. If I click on the get art, this will actually open up their art file. Coming very soon, the ability to search by artwork number. But you basically just put in the artwork number, be able to pull it up and then attach it to this job. So in this case, let's just grab one of these. I'm going to grab this one. And that drops it in there. It has the thread colors already. The customer can also attach files. Maybe they want to upload a PDF of some sort. Maybe they want to upload other artwork because maybe the artwork's not here and they want you to begin maybe mocking up something for them. They can attach a file here. They can also put notes in here to you and say, you know, I don't need these for a month. And that gives you, you know, whatever they want to put in there. And then of course they could just click out of it and that saves that note. Number of stitches, they could put in their stitch count or not, either way, because when they're going to push it to you, you can actually fill that in for them. But they may not know what that is. Maybe they'll put in a random number that you can make an adjustment, but I'll get into that in just a moment. If there's name and numbers list, they can click here and then add their names and numbers for like school jerseys, things like that. They can also put their PO number. So we go like, you know, 777 is PO number. Their reference could be, you know, new hats. And then if they have a deadline, like I said, they could put it in here and say, well, you know, we don't really need these for about a month. Again, this is saying, you know, number of stitches front. You could choose, they could choose which it is, hat front. So maybe they're going to be doing some hats. And let's see, what's a good hat number we could choose? Let's see. So 1910 would be a good one from last time. Whoops. 1910 would be a good one from last time. So we're going to put in 1910 and product color. They could choose whatever color they want. I'm going to choose something here. Maybe, oh, I don't know, some kind of blue, deep navy. And they're going to be ordering, say, like 500 of these guys. So they've completed putting in their order. It's pretty straightforward. At this point, they can set their ship to address. They can say where they want it shipped to. They could just say ship back to us, and it'll fill out their information and get all this in there automatically. And then if we, at this point, they could say, well, is this job ready or not? Maybe I should have my boss look at it first. They can click not ready or submit. In this case, I'm gonna click on not ready. I'm gonna show you what that looks like back in the system. So here we are at order 1481, and let's see, the deadline is 3/17. We can see nothing's been done on it. This order has not been finalized. So what'll happen is next time you log in, you'll see this order is not finalized. You can go in and edit this order. Are you sure you want to edit? Yes. And we're going to submit it and just send it off. So let's click on submit. And then it says this order needs to be reviewed by management. And that's you. So we're going to click on here. And now it's been sent over to PriceIt. Meanwhile, back at PriceIt, pull that open. Meanwhile, back at PriceIt, if I go show all, we go to the last order in here. First thing I'm going to see is I don't need these for a month. So that's a note that's come up immediately. And I know what's going on here. Let's look at the order and let's approve this. Okay. Let's review it together. So we're looking at it. We're seeing the prices, category. We'll fill that in. We know that's right. We'll look at the artwork associated with this job. This is saying proof needed. So let's get this proofed up. Let's just assume we've dropped an image in here of it sewn out or something, or some sort of mock-up. I'm going to click on proof needed, and I'm going to follow through. Of course, it's a low res. I apologize for that. And then we're just going to, at this point, just email it to the customer like we normally would. And the proof has been created. We're waiting on now for approval from them. So let's go back. We see that's the artwork, and we come down here and we look at the pricing and make sure that that's correct. Of course, we haven't run the pricing yet, so we're going to go ahead and calculate it. Okay, now we're going to send this back. Now we reviewed it, looks good. It's like something we're going to accept, and we are going to turn it into a job, and we're going to do it in-house. And we're going to click on reviewed. We're going to send this back, change review status. We're we're going to say push back. And then this, I can create a note back to them, say everything looks good. Or it could be, you know, wrong stitch count, whatever it is you're sending to the customer. And now at this point, now we can push it back to the customer and or push back and email. So this just pushes it back to the portal. This does both pushing back to the portal and an email. There's a couple other buttons in here that are worth mentioning: the insert ordered shortage and insert received shortage. That's if you're ordering garments and you can't get something, a particular item, maybe there's a shortage. You can, from the garment purchasing, if you click this button, it will show your customer the items that they're shorted. So that gives that communication back to them. So we've looked at it. You can actually preview what the customer is going to how the customer is going to see it. So if I click on here, this will open it up, and then I can see what it's going to look like on their end. So I'll make sure that looks good. A yellow background indicates an issue. Please see additional notes and make adjustments to your order. This is the first thing they're going to see when they log in. So let's do this. Let's go back to PriceIt, and we're going to push it back. See everything looks good. Push back. Send order's been sent back to the customer. And now at this point, the customer can then look at it and see that it says adjustments needed. This little red line will appear. That draws your attention to adjustments are needed. Everything, of course, now everything looks good. Is not really an adjustment needed. But if I had put in something like, you know, additional stitch count needed or whatever, that information would be here as well. So at this point, they can adjust their order, and they can do whatever they want to do. Maybe they want to add some more to it. Maybe they want to change their stitch count, whatever it is, and they could go ahead and submit the changes. And so once that comes back to PriceIt, you'll also get an email. Everything will happen. You'll come in here. And by the way, I'm going to stop for a moment. Whenever you're working with the portal, there's an indicator over here. If there's customers entered in an order and it's waiting for your review, that number will light up right here. So I'm going to click on push back, change review status. Yes. So now it's been reviewed. Everything's ready. Everything's ready to rock. Now, as you go along and do different things, if I go back to this order now in the system, that red line is missing. And now it's in the jobs in progress. Art proof, we need their approval on the artwork, so they can come in here and click on that, like, and they can go ahead and approve it and put their initials in, click approve. And now back in the customer portal, this has been approved, everything's ready to go, it's been accepted by you. And now they just need to wait to see, you know, the goods ordered, goods received. So I'm going to show you what that looks like too. Let's just say in this, we're going to say goods have been ordered and received. I'm going to go back to order entry. And I'm also going to say that the artwork is done. So now going back to the portal, I can look at this order and say goods have been ordered, goods have received, art is done, screens made no, or if the art's been done, embroidery. So this gives them an idea of what's going on, what the deadline is, you know, and if there's any balances, if the job has been completed and there's a balance, they're going to be able to see that right here. So let's look at that together real quick. I'm going to mark this job as done, and I'm going to come in here and say it's done, and mark this order as done. Marked as invoiced, yes. Send to QuickBooks. Well, I'm not going to do that because I'm not hooked to QuickBooks right now, so I'm going to say no. And then you could just send this out to the customer as an email. They'll also get notice back in the portal. If I go back here and look, now that's done with a balance. So what was previously empty has now been populated by a balance. Customer can then look at the invoice from here and see PO number, all that stuff. And then if they want, they can go ahead and create a reorder from this if they want, or they can just go ahead and make the, they can go in and just make the payment. So in this case, they would click pay here, and they would continue to this section here where they would make their secure payment. So that is pretty much the customer portal. It's pretty cool. It's pretty powerful. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, give us a call here at PriceIt Software. The number here is 802-257-5188. We look forward to talking with you and having you experience the customer portal for yourself. Just a little bit of FYI. The customer portal is a premium service of PriceIt Software. It is $50 per month. And so all you have to do to get that turned on is give us a call or shoot us an email. And that's that. I hope you have a great day. And I hope this portal is of great value to you and helps your company move forward in your goals. Have a great day. Thank you.